Oh, hello everyone. It's Susie Acker, Crypto Granny. I hope you're all well, being kind to yourself, looking after yourself, being kind to your beautiful animals, your beautiful pussycats, and just being kind to people in this world just to make this a better place. Now, next week we've got a competition going. We're going to give away 3 Kobo wallets, okay? Kobo wallet, they were designed in China for the Bitcoin miners, the main Bitcoin miners in China. They're quite an amazing wallet, actually. I do have a link where I get basically a 10% affiliation if I sell these on the link, but I do believe they are better than a Trezor or a Ledger Nano S or a Ledger Nano X, okay? These are pretty amazing, I've got to say. It's first generation Kobo Vault hardware wallet. It is an American military standard. It's made with aluminium rather than plastic. It's also waterproof and drop resistant. And essentially, if someone tries to get into your wallet and it's not you, it essentially turns itself off and self-destructs. It's pretty amazing. It has a detachable lithium battery features. They're available for $149 US, but they have sold out of a lot of them. They had another wallet which was a higher grade than this one, and it was $499, and they were just inundated, and they essentially had to, they've got so many orders going, it's not funny, more demand than supply. So this is an incredible wallet, I have to say. It looks very, very nice indeed. It's got a nice little case. You can put your wallet in. It actually, when you look at how many cryptocurrencies it downloads, it's about 700 cryptocurrencies as well, which is incredible. There you can see the little wallet there. It looks amazing, I have to say.
They self-destruct.
Look, I'm fairly impressed with this wallet. And the fact that Kobo have given us 3 to give away. So the competition is basically, if you subscribe and write a note or comment, you will effectively get the Kobo wallet. It's got to be a great, just a comment. It could be a funny comment or something interesting. If you find some errors in my videos, previous videos, the last 2, whatever you want to put there, it'll have to be a comment that sort of grabs our attention, something that we think's funny or grabs our attention. Now, the last 2 videos I've done, there have been essentially some errors in those videos, and if you can pick up those errors, great. So it's just the last 2 videos I've done, not the cat one that we just put up, but the last 2. But I have to say, I do like this wallet very much. I have one myself. It is fantastic. It is the next generation of wallets. Now, the reason why I don't like Ledger S or the X or the Trezor, they've been known to have attacks and all sorts of things, okay? And there's problems with them, and I just think this is a better wallet per se, okay? So I'm very upfront about my affiliation with Kobo. They did build these, as I said, for Bitcoin miners like Bitman, for example. And I just think they know what they're doing. This technology is incredible. So that's that. Just a bit of housekeeping. So don't forget to push the subscribe button. Now let's go through the market. And as you can see, the market is very mixed. Some cryptocurrencies are down anything from 1 to 5%, and then some are up quite a lot. Now, Bitcoin, a lot of people are actually going short Bitcoin at the moment. I don't believe that is the right thing to do. If you look at the open interest for Bitcoin, it's fairly high. It's the highest open interest that you've ever seen on the futures market, and certainly a lot of the traders are buying puts on Bitcoin as well. And I tend to think Bitcoin has a direct correlation at the moment with US dollar yen and with gold. If US dollar yen goes down, you find Bitcoin will tend to go up, and vice versa. If US dollar goes down, you find that gold goes up, Bitcoin tends to go up, and US dollar goes down, and that's pretty much the sort of relationship we've seen. If we look at also, if we go to the next one, Ethereum. Ethereum is trying to go to proof of stake, as you know, And proof of stake it's turned out to be a little bit more difficult than they thought, because both Bitcoin and Ethereum are on proof of work. They cost money, they take time. The system and the network gets crammed when there's too many things going on. You can't get your transactions validated because you're waiting for the miners to validate the transactions, and it can be absolutely problematic. Now, I saw a figure today that Bitcoin and Ethereum, anyone that has miners proof of work, it's costing something like, in terms of electricity, 7 nuclear plants to run, and that is very worrying. It's certainly not eco-friendly. You can't use these two for payments simply because you never know when they're going to hit your wallet or your cash or whatever it might be. Certainly XRP is the best for payments, and that's absolutely proven. But the fact is, Bitcoin and Ethereum Classic, anything that uses proof of work, they are not eco-friendly, okay? And you've got to remember that, because they use literally the power of 7 nuclear plants, okay? And that's like a lot, believe me, that is heaps. So that's concerning in itself. And also, Ethereum has just done their last lot of sort of test net before they go on to Ethereum 2 to go to proof of stake. But it has been a bit more difficult for them than what they thought. And that's a fact. Now, if we go to EOS I've never liked, and EOS had a lot of argy-bargy when it went onto its own blockchain. And if you remember rightly, about 1.5 years ago, the blockchain didn't work. It was offline for a long time, and that wasn't great. Now, anything that's had problems like that, I'm not a big believer in, I have to say. I'm just not. And I'm always concerned about something like that. If you look at Tron is doing more DApps than EOS at the moment, and that makes me very happy. And Tron's got more links with a lot of other people going forward as well. So I think Tron is much cheaper entry into what EOS is doing than EOS itself, I have to say. Now, a lot of people are asking me about Litecoin. Is it worth buying Litecoin? Charlie Lee, the founder of Litecoin, probably won't agree with me, but I do have to say I don't see why I would be investing in Litecoin myself. They do call it the silver of Bitcoin as such. It is proof of work. It does have other miners, and yes, Charlie Lee said the other day they're getting a debit card, but a lot of people are getting debit cards, so it's not a great story for me in that sense. Just simply because there's debit cards everywhere. Even centralized exchanges are starting to go into debit cards, and everyone else is as well. So Litecoin's just one that I feel that I could be literally invested in something else, for my money, pretty much so. Now, Polkadot went up quite a bit. As you can see, it was up 16%, and it did get put on the Coinbase platform, and it's unfortunate because when XRP got on there, it certainly didn't go up by 16%. Certainly it's being supported by some of the exchanges, and obviously people are starting to buy into Polkadot. I have looked at Polkadot, but I would need to have a look at the review because I did it probably about 1 year ago. If you're interested in any of the reviews that I do for coins or tokens, you really need to go into my Patreon, and $45 plus more in a month. It's only that you will get a review from me, and often reviews are much more expensive than that. So if you're interested in a review, please do support my Patreon. My cheapest Patreon is only $10 a month, not even the cost of a cup of coffee, okay? And that's really a great entry point. I do pods daily on the market news and crypto news and the fiat market and everything else, all right? So that's that. Link, basically, I did sell my Link. It did get up to about 19.787. I still think Link's a sell. It's very, very overpriced the way I see it at the moment. Notwithstanding, Chainlink is a very good story. I do like Chainlink, I have to say, but just not at these prices. And Bitcoin Cash, don't forget Bitcoin Cash. 14th of November is going to go to Bitcoin cats. And as you know, I love pussycats. So I will probably be looking to buy Bitcoin Cash because, Bitcoin cats, I should say, because I do love pussycats very much, I have to say. So when you look at all the altcoins, the market is buying a lot of altcoins, very, very small altcoins. And that tells me that there's new money coming into this market. We're seeing it in the stock market, and we're certainly seeing it in the cryptocurrency market. And I am very, very bullish the cryptocurrency market. We are in a bull, and I don't think it's going to change at all. Bitcoin dominance, I suspect, will go lower from the 58% that we see, and they will keep, traders, investors will keep buying alternative assets or investments in cryptocurrencies and tokens. That's what I believe. I do believe the DeFi space, the decentralized finance space, is way too expensive, and it's just something I wouldn't be invested in. Also, I want to note privacy coins are being delisted, and they have been over time. But a client of mine told me that privacy coins, the main one, Monero, Zcash, and a few others, were actually delisted off some of the main exchanges in Australia. And Australia is very, very belligerent when it comes to things like that. They have very strong policy in terms of protecting the end investor. So it doesn't surprise me that privacy coins have been taken off the exchange, and that's for sure. So, and that's why if things get delisted off the exchange, there's going to be no price transparency, and effectively you're not going to know where the price is. It's going to lose its liquidity and everything else. So you need to keep that in mind, certainly when we talk about different cryptocurrency coins. There are a few cryptocurrency coins I believe are cheap, and one is called Quash. It's an exchange. When they did their ICO, it was around $1. It's currently at about 4 cents, and it's been absolutely smashed, and it's still down 99%. But as a trade, not that I'm saying for you to buy it or sell it, but for me, as a trade, I think it looks interesting. It looks like, I could probably do fairly well as a trade for that. I wouldn't put it in my investment portfolio, but as a trade, I would probably certainly buy it with a stop loss, around 3.5 or 0.032, something like that. I think there's still some very cheap coins out there in terms of alt land, and there's still a lot of opportunity in terms of this cryptocurrency market. And, and also we see a lot of the exchanges expanding. Hubi's expanding globally. Binance is also expanding. They're doing a hackathon in India, DeFi. Also, they're doing lots of other things. They've got their own bank card now and credit card and all sorts of things. But, Binance is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And to me, it is very much a cash cow company with a great deal of opportunity going forward. Also, interestingly enough, Gemini also got approval to open up an exchange in the UK. So that's good for Gemini, which obviously is in the US, is American-based, has a license, and also has insurance. Also, Binance also have going now into Florida. So they've been given approval to go into Florida as well, which is good for them. So as I said before, ETC, I've sold Ethereum Classic because of the last two hacks. And I think I sold that around $6.95 with a stop loss at $7.10. So, I do have investment portfolio, which I treat very differently to my trading portfolio. Okay, so if you look at the market, there's a lot of things that have gone up, just really small coins like Hex up 22%, AVE up 28%, Theatre up 17%. There's also a coin which I don't know called Bitcoin POS, and it's at $98.39, and it was up 18%. And I've got an interest in having a look at that as well. And certainly, one of my clients has just asked me to do a review on Avalanche, so I'm going to have a look at that as well. Engine's doing very well, which is in my portfolio. Engine's 24 cents is a gaming coin. I do like it very much. That's up 18%. And I do think there are a lot of opportunities at the moment in terms of the cryptocurrency market, that's for sure. There is a story today that the Chinese are testing the digital yuan in Hong Kong. So look out for that. If that's true, it may indicate that they may want to change the Hong Kong currency from Hong Kong dollars to yuan. Now, don't forget the Chinese did take over Hong Kong in 1997 after the British were there. And if that's the case, if they're testing digital yuan in Hong Kong, it might be a precursor for something else, okay? So just keep that in mind. You might see some decline in the yuan, so to speak. Also, BitMEX have asked Canadian clients not to trade anything because there's problems with their regulatory story in Canada, apparently. But, there's a lot going on. Also, XRP, if you're a member of XRP and you're holding XRP, you get 1-for-1 Spark. Apparently there's an airdrop as well, which is also good. And apparently the International Monetary Fund has brought out a video explaining to everyone cryptocurrency, which I think is amazing. So, look, cryptocurrency will and is going mainstream, okay? And that's a fact, right? Now, let's also quantum. I just meant to mention to you that quantum is up 30%. And the founder announced today that there'd be a $5 million fund for attracting developers in the DeFi space, for DeFi ecosystems. And Iota apparently have done their Chrysalis upgrade phase 1, and they say that now, rather than doing 20 transactions per second, they're saying they can do 1,000 transactions per second. Now, I've never liked Iota, okay? As far as I'm concerned, the proof is in the pudding. I'd have to test it and see if it works, because I know in the past when I've used Iota, it's never worked, and the coin's gone into the ether, and I've never got that coin back. So there is a lot going on, as I say, in terms of cryptocurrency markets. There is more and more people more aware of cryptocurrency markets, and this is why I say it's dangerous to be short the very well-known cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, particularly, because Bitcoin is the baby of cryptocurrency, even though it's old technology. You know, it's the poster child, and when the masses come, they will definitely buy Bitcoin. Now, there's a lot of different views and forecasts for Bitcoin, anything from 100,000 per unit to 250,000 per unit, which is amazing. And look, I think it's potentially it could get there. There's no doubt about it. If the US dollar actually collapses, there's an absolute potential. If you look at a US dollar yen on the charts, it looks like to me, it can go through 100, which is not great for US dollar holders, and can get to about 95 or even worse, okay? So it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what happens with that going forward. As I said, Bitcoin dominance is 58% or so. The market cap was yesterday a 370 bill. Today it's about 368 bill or so. There is a lot going on, but look, and there's so many opportunities in terms of this market. It's just unbelievable. Things are really moving, and in my mind, you just can't be too short any crypto, because you just don't know what's going to happen. If you look at the volume, obviously US Tether's done more than anyone, but XRP is right down there because other coins are doing pretty well. And if you look at basically the returns on some of these very small cryptocurrencies, a lot of people are buying a lot of the very small currencies with not even worth a cent. And they're getting something like 20% return. But you do have to be careful what exchange you buy these from, and if you can get out of them, and also if there's liquidity. All right. So because some of these small cryptocurrencies don't even trade, and it's very hard to get out of them. It's easy to get in, but it's very, very difficult to get out. Okay. So please be mindful of that, and be mindful of the exchanges that you're on. But anyway, look, that's enough of me today. Don't forget about our competition. Please press the subscribe button to be in the competition for next week. As I said, we're going to be giving away 3 Kobo wallets, which are fantastic. I like the wallet very, very much. And we may also give away an extra XRP. Thank you very much for listening.